Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey Howard, here to review The Call of the Wild, starring Harrison Ford and Buck the dog, and directed by Chris Sanders. The Call of the Wild was one of my favorite books when I was a little boy growing up, and just the incredible adventure that Buck the dog has, going from a cushy home in California with a well-to-do family to transported to the Alaskan Yukon in the 1890s during the gold rush. And so Buck goes on this incredible adventure of a lifetime, and it just leaped off the page when I was a little kid. I just love that book. So other than I think Rutger Hauer did a TV version of Call of the Wild, this was, watching the trailer for this, I thought, wow, this looks like an epic adventure. Because the Hollywood adage, never work with children or animals. So 15 minutes into Call of the Wild, I quickly realized that Buck the dog and every dog in this movie is computer generated. So I just thought right away, wow, the director got out of all the rules from the American Humane Society and PETA. They used computer generated dogs. Now, do I have a problem with that? No, but the dogs were given human personalities. And I know dogs, animals they can convey emotions with their eyes and stuff, but this is like animation convention, so you're watching Buck the dog and he takes everything that Harrison Ford says. Anyone that talks to Buck the dog, he understands everything. So I quickly realized that this movie is dumbed down considerably for families. So meaning that little kids are going to love Buck the dog when he farts or when he runs into a vase in the hallway or does all these kind of goofy things, where he shows all these different emotions and determination and love and disappointment. So, Buck the dog is real for all intended purposes for The Call of the Wild. So after about 20 minutes of this, holding my head in my hands like this, I realized this isn't the movie for me, but the kids are going to love this. Okay, so this isn't the adventure that I was looking for when I read the book, and it departs a lot from the original story. But what I'm trying to say is it's a great film for kids. It's a great family film because Buck not only gets to the Yukon and becomes a lead sled dog delivering the mail, and Harrison Ford is going through some, he needs a friend out there in the Yukon, and he's having estrangement from his son, and he has a drinking problem and all these kind of things. And Buck is at the right place at the right time. So Buck goes on all these incredible adventures, living his life, from being a lap dog of luxury in California to now being practically a feral dog out there meeting wolves and doing all these incredible things. So is there exciting adventure in this? Absolutely. So this is a very kind of like late 1970s sun shit classic film where Buck the dog and Harrison Ford are having an incredible adventure. And I kept thinking while watching this, it's under the Disney banner, and Harrison Ford drinks a lot in this movie. I mean, he's drunk, showing him drinking on camera, and also people are burned alive. There were some really kind of suggestive things. I was like, wait a minute, this is a Disney movie? But this is one of the last films under the Fox banner that Disney kind of like erased 20th Century Fox and put Disney on there. So overall, kids are going to love this movie. And Harrison Ford, I just love seeing him do something completely different than Han Solo or something like that. And he was wonderful in this movie. Also, there's a lot of behind the scenes that I found with this movie when I was researching it. So much of this movie is computer generated. And I thought, wow, Harrison Ford's out in this beautiful landscape. No, Harrison Ford's going down this incredible river, with Buck the dog, and here come the white rapids and the big rocks. No, he's on a green screen on a gimbal going back and forth. So a lot of this movie magic that it looks fantastic on the screen, sometimes I don't want to know about it. I just rather have the movie tell me this incredible adventure and keep the fantasy alive. But when you see the movie magic behind it, sometimes it takes away some of the luster in the movie. But overall, families are going to love it. Kids are going to love it. Go check out The Call of the Wild. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment below, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. What did you think of The Call of the Wild? Did Buck drive you nuts after a while? He started driving me crazy too. Oh, real quick, Chris Sanders, who directed this movie, he is the Chris Sanders from Lilo and Stitch. He worked at Disney. He created Lilo and Stitch. He did the designs. He did the voice. I can't do it. So this is one of his, I think it's his first venture into live action filmmaking. So he did a great job. Really great eye on Chris Sanders. All right, I'm Jeffrey Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.